Good morning. It's Frisky Friday, and I'm bringing the guys on. There's George and Mark and Sean, and we're all here.
Good morning.
Yeah, Sean's on time this morning. Isn't that amazing?
Good morning, everybody.
Good morning. Good morning.
Where you parked at, Sean?
In a Burger King parking lot.
Oh, not the strip club?
Where when I went through the drive-through to get my coffee, and they have a little recording that says "You roll." I'm like, oh, that's cool. That's a good way to start the day, right? and then,
King
but then
John.
I was going to ask the girls and say, "Wait, don't you have a non-King's Day tomorrow or something?" And I roll. What's that about?
The Burger King roll. Well, I'm going to open up with a prayer, and then there's something else after that I'm going to show real quick, and then we can kind of do our thing. Okay? You guys all
Sounds
set?
good.
All right, this is Psalm 121, 4:8. Behold, he who keeps Israel shall neither slumber nor sleep. The Lord is your keeper. The Lord is your shade at your right hand. The sun shall not strike you by day, nor the moon by night. The Lord shall preserve you from all evil. He shall preserve your soul. The Lord shall preserve your going out and your coming in from this time forth and ever for more. And this psalm is a prayer of trust in God's continual protection over Israel. It affirms that God never sleeps, never stops watching over his people, and acts as both protector and preserver. So, amen on that.
Amen.
Amen.
And then George sent me something last night that he caught on TV, and I'm going to play it and see if you guys pick it out. I'm not going to say what it is, but see if you see what it is from the clip, okay? It has to do with Israel.
Oh.
Do you guys see it?
Now I'm going to be cheating if I say, because I saw George's post this morning, so I can't say, George.
Did you see it, Mark?
Well,
Do you know what it is?
George, you're
all I
muted.
saw was Israel going in and whooping a little bit of ass, just like they should be doing right now. And thank God for it. But no, I don't know what else we're talking about.
Unmute it, George. You're muted, and then tell them what you found.
Well, it was on Newsmax, and when I was looking at the clip, I actually saw in that cloud a face, and it looked like God's face over
Really?
Iran. Oh yeah, look at the video. Look at the picture
Play
again.
it again.
I'm gonna
Trixie,
play
if
it
you
again.
can.
Yeah, watch
And I
at
had
the
it-
very end is where I took
And
at the very end. And
You didn't see this on Fox either. Just on Newsmax was the only one
Yeah.
that caught this.
At
We
the
were
very
watching Ed
end, I
last
changed the contrast on it so you can see. So watch.
Oh,
Okay,
Right there.
that's how it's normally. Now
yeah.
watch.
Right up top.
See? You can see it. You can see the hair coming down, the eye, the nose. You can see the beard.
Yeah, you can see it
Wow.
looks like eyes and a mouth, and yeah, you can definitely see a shape of a face without a doubt.
But
That was
that's
a
the
pretty good
cloud.
catch, George.
That's the cloud that was over the bombing from Israel to Iran. So I think that was a
Yeah.
message. I mean, God's watching over them, so it's like it ain't gonna stop either. They're gonna hit them again
Oh,
today.
no,
Yes, morning.
happy days. I mean, that's Boy, they had it coming. President Trump did everything he could to try to help Iran out of this. You know, he was they're flailing in the pool of their own stupidity, and President Trump was reaching down saying, "Let me help you out. Let us make your economy good. We want to bring you into the world." But nope, the Ayatollah and those mullah idiots, they just had to go nuke Israel. So
And
here we go.
President Trump was reaching down saying, hold on a minute.
Let me help you out. Let us.
Hold on.
Wait
George,
a
what's
second.
going on
Mark.
there, George?
Whoa.
Wait, I want to play. I want to play this song. Hold on a minute. Wait. Yeah, this was a song dedicated to Iran.
Yeah, this is the one McCain was singing, wasn't he? Or was
Yeah,
it
when he started,
Lindsey
yeah.
Graham?
Oh. Is it playing? I hope it's not coming up.
In the meantime, I'll agree with FL for Trump. He says that Iran was never going to give up their nukes.
Oh shit! Yeah, that's 100%.
No,
Yeah.
Trump's been trying to negotiate with him, but under the first Trump term, I think there would have been something happen. But once we gave him pallets of money again, and not pallets of money, probably loads of money, that was all down the river.
Okay, hold on a minute. Let's see.
No. It's not coming up. It's
Not coming through too good, George.
Yeah. Well,
Yeah,
it's a song of Bob. It's the version of Bob Bomb Iran by the Beach Boys.
Oh,
I'm not all for all this bombing and
Okay, I get it.
everything
Bomber
either,
Red.
but what I'm worried about is the sleeper cells coming up now, because with that no kings tomorrow.
Yeah.
What if that's the activation for the sleeper cells? It really could be totally coordinated between all of it.
They'd have to do it.
absolutely.
They'll do it during the holiday, one of their holidays. They don't do it like now. It's something closer to their holidays. You'll see that sleep if the sleeper cells are activated, there'll be a response from the United States like you wouldn't believe. But the whole game plan was this: Trump made sure he was out of this whole thing with Israel. And it was done on purpose, but Trump did talk to Netanyahu, who says, "Yeah, bomb the shit out of him." But he's
Wasn't
going to say,
Netanyahu just in the United States within the last week?
and also, don't forget, Trump visited all the Muslim nations. Now, there's a big thing between Iran and Saudi Arabia.
2 months ago.
Yeah, Saudi Arabia. Iran is a Shiite. We call them Shiite. And you got the Sunnis that all the other Muslim countries are. So there's no love between those Muslim nations. And in fact, a long time ago, one of the Muslim nations assisted Israel on a bombing thing with, I think it was one of the countries. So I think it was Syria.
Yep.
What happened was, Trump is showing to the Muslim nations that he had nothing to say to Israel, Netanyahu, which was all a plan to show he was out of this. But the thing is that, so now Israel takes out Iran, okay? The United States is peace with all the other Muslim nations, and he wanted to protect the Arab Accord. So they hate Iran just as much, and they didn't want Iran, especially Saudi Arabia, did not want Iran to have nuclear weapons.
Yeah, Saudi Arabia was big time.
Yeah.
Right, and then
Remember the welcome they gave him like a king.
That was the whole. That's the whole. You got to watch the game plan, how everything is played. When President Trump says, that's why I tell everybody, you got to pay attention to everything he does. So now what happens is he protected the Arab Accord, right? The peace with all the Muslim nations, the ones that don't like Iran, which it's a majority of them. The ones that are with these terrorist organizations, which Qatar is one, and we have an air base there. So I don't think we're going to get hit with the sleeper cells, because I think the countries are going to be warned that we ain't taking no shit, and Trump is going to attack them.
But the sleeper cells are here in America, George. What I'm saying is they could do it, and if it happens, then they'll take out the countries. I don't think they would. If they would do anything,
I don't think you're going to see a coordinated thing, but you may see one-offs. You may see like some.
Watch your Bornistan.
I think
Watch
the
yeah,
the
near
one-
Bornistan.
yeah.
That's a concern.
Yeah.
I'm
What?
not that
I
far
hear
from
you.
there.
Dearbornistan.
Hey,
It's Dearborn,
Oh,
Michigan.
yeah,
Yeah, I always
yeah,
call it
yeah,
Dearbornistan because that's a no-go zone. You don't go there.
yeah,
Wow.
yeah. Hey, you know what though? To follow up on what George was saying, now this is not, I say, the Trump tweet of the day, but less than an hour ago, or just about actually exactly an hour ago or so, just to follow up on what you were saying, George. I love this. President Trump truthed out 2 months ago. I gave Iran a 60-day ultimatum to make a deal. They should have done it. Today is day 61.
Mhm.
I told them what to do, and they just couldn't get there. Now perhaps they have a second chance. But I think that falls onto what you were saying, George. I think when he was there meeting with all uh, the various government leaders there, they were all coming to us saying, "You got to take out Iran."
Yeah.
And I think that as you said, I think that the president did it brilliantly in that we didn't do it, but we're also not shying away from the fact that, hey, we're back in
Yeah, we
Israel,
back
and
Israel. Well, that's
yeah,
what happened. Yeah,
we're
they had to
going to
wait
help
for.
them,
Yeah.
but they're going to be the ones to wipe you out.
Well, that was the main thing, is to show Israel does the hit, and then everybody, even the Secretary of State said, Rubio said, no, we had nothing to do with it, but we back Israel 100%.
Yeah,
How about
but
how
just
about
like you say, George, listen to everything he says, and I think between the lines when he said, "Hey, I gave him 60 days. Today's 61," he's
Yeah.
basically saying this is totally
Yeah.
coordinated. This is all planned out.
Don't forget, we talked about, right, Sir? Did we talk about this the last maybe last month on the show, about that Israel's going to hit them?
Yeah,
Yeah, we talked about that.
that's
And you
because we
remember
are
the sword
ahead.
dance?
We're
What is
ahead of every other news outlet out there. You want
Yeah,
to
we
know
do
what's
pretty
happening
good.
in the future? You got to go to Wake Up Patriots, and then if you want to know what's going to happen like 3 months from now,
hit the like button?
like button.
Yeah.
No, well, I want to talk about that sword dance just for a minute, though. Don't you think that what they did?
George should do a sword dance right now with all
I got a
that.
whole bunch of them.
George's going to pole dance for us. That's what he's going to do. But
This I got, yeah.
that
I
sword
know,
do
dance,
pole
don't you
dance.
think that
I
had
don't-
some kind of meaning to it besides
Yes.
besides ceremonial?
It's a respect. It's a respect. It was a respect to Trump as he is king.
Well,
That's
that's what I was getting at.
No,
I mean,
don't say
the way,
that too loud, George. There's no King's Day tomorrow.
I know.
the
Yeah.
way they welcomed him and everything, though, I think there was more special meaning because they knew that this was going to end up happening.
Well,
And
don't
so
forget,
that was like the signal
did-
for all the Arab nations to join, you know?
yeah, but he did the sword dance once before.
Yeah, but
When he was
this
the
time
first
the what is it? Solomon, what's his name? The big guy. Anyways, he broke protocol and everything.
So the
this time.
10% for the big guy?
Yeah.
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 No, but he broke protocol when Trump was there. Remember, he walked him to the plane and everything like that.
Oh, yes.
So
yes,
maybe
yeah,
that
yeah,
was a signal for all the Arab countries that they're accepting Trump to be the leader if this did go down, so that they all make their own faction. That's what I was trying to get at.
yeah.
No, you're right. You're correct 100%.
How
about
about-
that one.
How about have you guys seen, I'm sure people in the chat have, some of the pictures and videos, that's going around of the strike, but how about the precision? There's a picture going around, there's a building, and
Oh, I see
there's
that.
a hole in the wall. They've shot a missile through to the guy's bedroom to take him out.
Yeah, right.
How
Well,
about
they
that?
had
Number one, the intelligence to know where to go, right? And then also the precision, which we know these weapons have precision, but to have the intelligence
Right.
of taking that out
Well,
there.
they got them on the ground. The IDF has got them on the ground. That's how they do the precise. They know exactly
They
where
said
they
they
are.
had cars, they had taken vehicles in and everything. So
Yeah,
that they
drones
able to
were in
do that.
there. Yeah,
And-
they're
And
Mossad, right? And the
they can
IDF.
paint. Yeah, they can paint a certain apartment, for example, with a laser. They can be sitting in a car down on the street and point a little laser up there, and that dot, right
Yeah.
when.
Yeah, they can see through walls with the stuff.
But
they
my-
have, you know,
but
so-
my
but
point
that
is-
dot is going to be exactly where the munitions hit, where
target,
the missile
yeah.
hits.
But you're missing you're missing. I guess I didn't make my point well. My point is, they knew where the guy's bedroom was.
Yeah.
And all right, it's not like, okay, it's your house. They knew where the guy's bedroom was in a building complex, and that's where that missile went right into his bedroom. I mean, that's intelligence, more than anything.
But look at when Trump hits salami there. When he hit salami,
So,
yeah, I call him salami. I always called him salami.
Yeah. So,
well, you
I
can call him
go,
salami now. He's flattened.
Yeah, yeah.
well, this is the second flat salami. Remember, first Trump thin sliced the first salami in his first
Abdul.
yeah Abdul, and now I don't know whether they're related, but this was Hussein Soleimani, who was the ultimate leader of the Republican National, or sorry, the Islamic
Yeah.
National. God, what do they
Yeah,
call
it's
it?
funny you
The
say that, Mark, because
Islamic Revolutionary Guard. Yeah.
yeah, it's funny you say that because I was talking to a friend of mine last night. I was like, wait, didn't Trump get Soleimani like a while ago?
Yeah.
He's like, oh no, there's another one. I'm like, oh, I didn't know there was two of
Yeah,
them.
they crank them out like like sausage over there.
Yeah,
Like
There's-
salami. They just slice
Yeah,
it
like-
up.
let's make a hero.
running around everywhere in Iran.
Well, don't forget when you have this salami in the Jewish religion, you got to get blessed by a rabbi because you can't.
Yeah,
eat
Gotta be
pork, right?
kosher.
Yeah.
So, but the whole thing is that they planned this so perfectly, it's unbelievable. And don't forget, they hit him in the bedroom to show maybe your sleeper cells better. Take it easy.
Yeah. But I mean, truly, George, how
Stay
freaking
sleeping.
brilliant. When I was watching this happening live, literally last night, and the first thing they say is like, oh, several apartment buildings have been hit in downtown Iran. And I was telling my wife, that's a bunch of bullshit. They are not going to go after apartment buildings. They're going to hit nuclear sites. And those apartment buildings are probably getting hit by anti-aircraft missiles that missed their mark and came down. And then as things progress, it's like, no, they were freaking brilliant. They cut the head off the snake first, so they went and they took out all of their leadership, and especially the guys who would have been responsible for the retaliation plan. They took all them out, and then they went after the nuclear stuff, which is absolutely brilliant.
This is another plan also because they're going to take out their main livelihood, which would be the feeds
Oil
for
fields.
the fuel, the oil fields.
Yeah.
So now what's going to happen? It's going to prove a point to President Trump about drill, baby, drill, that we should have our own stuff. Number one, because once the gas prices go up now because of Iran.
They started going up even the other day. Once there was some.
Well, they know
some
because
talk
they
there,
knew
I
it.
think.
Yep, they know about it
2
already.
days ago. Yeah.
They know about the hit before the oil companies. Are you kidding? So that's what's going to happen. That's what everybody has to worry about. So, but, anybody got to say anything? Hey, who won the? No,
Wait, I was going to go back to what Mark, what you were just saying before about the precision and all. When you even look at those buildings, you would think like you hit a building, and but they got one little block in that building that's destroyed. It's just unbelievable. But also going for the head of the snake, like I was saying to my friend last night, and not going for nuclear stuff first. You're not moving these nuclear bunkers or tunnels, but the people that you want to go after, they can move around once the stuff starts. So they went after them first before they moved, and hit them with a surprise, and decapitated a lot of the leadership.
Absolutely brilliant. I just absolutely love it. It's another happy day. Is anybody getting sick of winning yet?
Yeah. I tell you one thing. The best thing is it's everything. Yeah, everything about what's going on with all these ICE, these raids and stuff, and these protesters. Because now the Democrats wanted. Well, everybody saw. I listed a whole bunch of stuff on Facebook about all the ones that are supporting these protesters. Which Trump, if Trump does and puts the Insurrection Act in, the Marines could actually shoot them with everything that they have. So it's no, you know what I'm saying? But the Marines can't do anything right at this moment. But if Trump,
the Marines going, I think the Marines going do anything physical if they're attacked.
They have sidearms, but not. They don't have the mission.
But what Mark just said about winning, how about the win last night? No one probably talked about is Newsom went to court, right, to get control of the National Guard, and then I don't know how long it was after. It was an hour later or whatever. Appeals court overturned it, and it's back to Trump.
It's in the Constitution, smack there in the Constitution, Article 10.
I mean, I'll tell you what really points out the political bias of this freaking judge is, tomorrow they're having this so-called Nobody's a King Day. Well, I
Yeah.
read a lot of the San Francisco judge appointed by Clinton, who first ordered that President Trump remove the troops from LA and relinquish control back to Governor Newsom, which wasn't going to happen. But on and on, he kept on saying the president's not a king. The president's not a king, and he even he even called him King George. He said, "You're president of the United States. You're not King George." So
we have our own King George.
Yeah, me right here.
Exactly. He's bending over right. Oh, there he is.
Yeah.
There he is.
I was getting my weapons together. Hold on.
Well,
but I mean, obviously, this guy was making reference to the protest tomorrow too.
Yeah.
And what a scumbag.
Well, yeah, but then they turned around and said that he has control of the National Guard and everything back again. So I don't know how long that's going to last. So hopefully, if they follow the way they're supposed to, he's supposed to have control of the National Guard. Everybody says that. That's
he's the freaking commander in chief over all military forces in America.
They need to get rid of the activist
Article 2 of the Constitution.
Yeah, it's the activist judges. They need to get rid of them. Like,
let me bring some up about
speaking of wait, real quick. Speaking of activist judges, breaking news: San Francisco federal judge just ordered Israel to rebuild Iran's nuclear facilities.
That was very good. Well, anyway, Congress
I had to break that in there.
Congress has passed H.R. 1526. The United States to limit district court judges' authority to issue orders blocking presidential policies nationwide. No more active judges. And listen to this, right? 218. What? It's got to go to the Senate.
Also get passed by the Senate or just the House?
That's from the House now, and it's got to go to the Senate.
Yeah, so that's the sticking point is the Senate, but that if they get everybody on board, it'll be good.
Well, hopefully they got the
but is that a vote that they would need? Is that a vote that the Senate will need 60 votes or a simple majority?
His bulls. You want bulls?
But if they need 60, it's not passed.
His bulls. The mega bull. Look at that.
I don't know. They might get some Dems on that one though.
You're not getting.
No, let me. I just want
mine are shinier.
Let me bring this up. Now, the Republicans was 218 yay and 2 idiots that said no, which I'm going to find out who the fuck they are. And then the Democrats, 212, and what happened is two of them, one.
Did any Democrats say yes on the House side?
No votes. That's all they did.
So you're not gonna get no Democrats on the Senate side either.
Well, what pissed me off is that two of the House Republicans said no. So I'm going to find out who they are. Yeah. But it's what?
All right.
Okay, sorry, George.
I'm banging the gong over here. I'm gonna. It's 25 after.
Gong.
I know.
We just
pull it right up in the middle of the screen.
25 after. Can't be.
25 after. So I'm gonna do losing your shit because you guys are all losing your shit.
I think we lost it already.
Yeah, we lost it already.
I think we already kind of did it.
Yeah. Well, all right, you guys ready? Here we go.
What the? I'm losing my shit. Watch it.
Chat, we are here in downtown Los Angeles at the ICE riots. Holy shit! Chat!
Holy shit, chat. I should have stayed in the forest. You humans are some crazy mofos. This shit doesn't happen in the forest.
Y remachada la puerta negra. Prepare ye the way of the Lord. Behold, he comes, riding on the clouds, shining like the sun. At the trumpet call, lift your.
I would just like to thank the Democrats for giving us the best ad for Republicans in 2028 that I've ever seen. Here you go.
What's up, guys? Backwoods Bigfoot here. I think I can smell one of those liberals. Let's check it out, guys.
Yep, I knew it. Let's go slash these yuppies' tires.
Fuck yeah! Coming again to save the motherfucking day, yeah, America! Fuck yeah! Freedom is the only way. Hey, come on, let's go there. Let's trust and risky. Can you take me higher?
Very
Another
good.
great ball
Trixie, great
production.
job.
That was some
Hey,
good
listen,
clips.
Give yourself 4 stars, though.
Yeah, what? Yeah, what?
Yeah,
what I
why
say?
sell yourself
Only
short?
4
No
stars.
balls?
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't have balls. I can only do 4 out of 5.
The thing
I
is
love
that
the Bigfoot one. So
yeah, yeah, those guys are great.
You know what?
They-
The lawnmower thing at the end, I was thinking of my son that he used to do anything to get out of cutting the lawn. I'm surprised he didn't do that to my lawnmower.
I like how
that's
I
just-
did the end though with the toilet flushing. You know, so after you lose your shit.
Everybody give Trixie a lot of credit for putting those clips together.
Yeah, I know that's
That was
got to be
great
a lot
job.
of work, you know.
She
so that-
scoured online for that stuff.
Oh, I know. I have a good time doing it though. It's fun. You know, it takes a while to put it together, but I have a good time doing it. So
Yeah,
and as long as everybody else likes it, then it's worth it.
Oh,
We're gonna-
everybody, Insider,
You gotta see the chat. Yeah.
Nutcracker
Bigfoot was
saying,
cool.
Trixie, we love you. Unfortunately, Stacy TX got to go mow today. Well, but hopefully you can hang on with us for another half an hour. But if you got to go now, make sure you hit the like button first.
Yeah, hit the like button on the way out. Makes your weekend. It actually makes your weekend better. I'm hearing too.
Yeah, I mowed yesterday, so I'm all right. It's gonna rain all weekend.
It's
Well,
been rain here
Actually, wow! I'm just seeing here. It says that mowing. Yeah, if you hit the like button, there's like a much smaller chance that your mower will blow up. So make sure you do
There's
that
so
before
many
you go out and
benefits
mow.
hitting that like button. I think
It's amazing.
we
It's
keep
like
on
a
finding them.
universal panacea. Yeah, it's great.
I like the balls production at the end though.
Yeah, but you should put names under it. You should put your name, you know, stuff like that.
Yeah, yeah.
You're the producer.
Well,
Executive producer.
Yeah, executive
Don't
producer.
sell her short. She's the
No,
executive.
I know. Fuck. Who wants to hear about it?
Yeah, George is the only one with the title.
Let's-
guy on it.
Let's give all the credit. Let's do all the beautiful credit. Yeah, so I like that.
You know, and I
We'll give a
agree
little
with
credit to George,
FL
too,
for
for it.
Trump. He's saying there should be like 180 likes right now because we got a lot more viewers than that. So let's get the likes going. Thanks a lot, Greg. I
Yeah, Florida for
completely
Trump.
agree with you.
Yeah. So that was good stuff. That was good stuff.
Yeah. Hey, did anybody actually? This is an assignment for you, Sean,
Uh-oh.
because you're good at this. Did anybody see Alex Padilla when he tried to crash Kristi Noem's
Well, that was
Yeah.
press conference and heckler, and he
Yeah.
got body slammed? I mean, it's brilliant. And Alex Padilla, he's a senator now from the People's Republic of California. But when I lived back behind the curtain there, he used to be, first he was, I think, a city councilman in LA, and then I think he became the district attorney and a couple other things, but he's been a clown all his freaking life. And so that was it. Sean, if there's any chance you can get those videos of Padilla getting body slammed, that would be fun.
Yeah, I'm
Hey, hate
being
to
on the
put you
road
on the
that
spot.
I can't.
Yeah.
But being on the, I did have it, but being on the road that I can't put it in.
Okay,
But-
no worries.
You know,
Oh,
wasn't he
Sean,
supposed
I
to? Be,
got something of yours.
wasn't he supposed to be in work?
Hmm?
I'm sorry, wasn't he supposed to be in work? But they right? Aren't they in session right now?
Yeah, the Senate. Yeah, supposedly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I'm sorry, Trix. Yeah, I just wanted to.
No,
ask
I was
that
going to
question.
apologize to you because you know that picture you wanted to bring up. I kept trying to bring it up last night and this morning, and I can't get it. And that's why I kind of looked weird for a couple minutes ago. I had the screen cut off. I was trying to find it, so I'm going to do it the old-fashioned way. Look who Sean met.
Look at that
Yeah.
shot, Barry.
That's
Yeah,
Barry
Barry.
Williams.
Yeah. So Barry was at the
I'm
event.
getting the lights. Sorry.
No, what about that? Yeah, what about what's his name said that? Thank God, Bernstein was there to support Ciccarelli there.
Yeah. I know what you're talking about.
Yeah. But yeah, he was Barry was there. It was fun to see, and I let him know about Nashville, and so maybe he was kind of interested in maybe going. So I got to reach back out to him and let him know the date and everything. So
cool.
Yeah.
Hey, Beach Cat Blues is saying hi, Patriot Kittens. So there.
Mad's
Beach Cat,
back.
thanks
All
for
right.
that.
Hey, Mad, how
Red-
you doing?
I got to answer Red Ginger. Red Ginger said, "Sean, did you take Barry's picture?" No, that's the first time. Well, I took Barry's picture. Actually, I was the photographer in that picture. But anyway,
I thought that was really cool that you got to meet him in person like that because I've been on the show with him before, but I've never met him.
Yeah, and he's not too far from me. I think he lives within an hour from me, but he always goes to an area that's only about a half hour from me. So I said to him, we'd love to maybe hook up. Me and my wife and his wife go and have a couple drinks. But so maybe we're going to do that. We'll see.
John, Low Country SC Patriot is just admonishing you though to remember, just because you had a picture taken with them, and now you're best friends and know everything about each other. That's like that. They're laughing. That's just sarcasm.
Yeah, but now Sean is a headshot. He's a headshot expert now too.
Yeah, I took a headshot of the headshot guy.
Yeah,
I took a headshot of the other headshot guy.
Now, one thing I wanted to say about Jersey. I'm very upset that the wrong guy won the primary because he's a GOP guy and he's going to be part of the maybe halfway of the establishment about what they say.
Stuff. Yeah.
Yep. And you had the other guy was a real MAGA guy, so that was the MAGA people should have came out for him instead of the other guy. I mean, the other guy when he lost the election, he refused to do a recount. What the fuck? It's unbelievable. He refused to do, and he didn't lose by much, right, Sean? The last time.
It was actually disappointing that he didn't fight last time. I think he got into that, oh my gosh, I don't want to be an election denier stuff, and that sometimes doesn't show boldness, right? Because you're afraid of what people say. I think you can't be afraid of people say. You got to do what you do. I'm hoping he's learned from some of those things. Obviously he's our nominee now. Wasn't the one. I mean, I would like to have seen Bill Spady as a nominee, but the weirdest thing is the turnout. The Republican turnout in the primary is really poor. Even yesterday, I seen a couple people I knew, and they were like, "Oh yeah, how'd the election go? I meant to get out there, I didn't get out there and vote." I'm like, "Are you kidding me? We had early voting. You had like 6 days to go vote early voting, and then you had a full day of voting. You couldn't find one day in like 7 days to go vote. And if you wanted to, you could vote by mail if you wanted to." So I'm thinking, it's a shame.
You go around. Everybody worried about the big election, like the presidential elections. They don't care about the other ones, the local elections, and that's terrible. And we emphasize that all the time.
But George, all three people that I spoke with yesterday didn't go vote. All right.
Wow.
They were all saying that they would have voted for Spady, and they would have wished. I said, well, you have nothing to say because you didn't go out and vote. Like, you can wish all you want, but you didn't go out and vote. You didn't exercise your right. Now, those 3 votes wouldn't have mattered in the end of things. But when there's only like I don't know, maybe 20-some% turnout, I think, in a primary from Republicans, that's registered. That's sad.
And don't forget all those other ones that were in the primary took a lot of votes away from Spady also. And this is a plant by
but Cettarelli got 60. Yeah, but here's the thing: I got to call it what it is. Cettarelli got 60-some%, and the only counties, the 2 counties I think that I know my county, Mercer County, Spady did the best, and Cettarelli didn't do that as good. That was his worst county. But I heard Cettarelli's own county he didn't do so good. So I don't know. So he's got some work to do in some of these counties to get people on board.
But don't forget, what about the commercials?
How
bad were the commercials? What about the commercials that
he spent $5 million. He spent
$5 million. And who gave him that money?
Yeah.
The GOP backed him up a lot. So Okay.
Yep.
Hey, Sean, the big guys are nice, but a lot of people in the chat are asking, or specifically TSM Money is asking, how specifically did you do? So why don't you talk about yourself some? How's the election going?
So we were in the primary.
I got your numbers up too, Sean, if
Yeah.
you want me to read them.
I got 3,700 votes, 3,705, I think.
Yeah, 3,705.
The Democrats got more than us in the primary, but again, it's a primary, right? And we're gonna really have to do some work to get people out. So November will be here quick, so we're gonna have to work. But it's I'm just amazed 3,700 people voted for me. I think it was pretty good. I never had 3,700 people check my name. I've had people come up to me like voted for you, which is.
Well,
I would have voted for you if I lived there.
Well, I probably shouldn't. I probably
I'd be pissed if you didn't.
I would have.
I probably shouldn't admit this publicly, Sean, but I actually mailed in about 3,600 votes for you.
That's what did it, because I only had like 100 people I knew. I'm like, what the heck? So that's what did it.
I have another friend who lives right across the border in New York, so I made up the 3,600 votes and put them in a box and shipped them to him, and he went across and postmarked them in your area.
Perfect. I have to.
I'm sorry.
I
Go
have
ahead.
to see like a drill down and everything. I haven't had a chance to do that yet. I don't even know if there's mail-in votes still coming in. I don't even know about that. I have to find that out. But it was the first time that went through. It was kind of neat, and looking at the numbers, that was kind of cool. But it was but just weird that, like, when you look at the numbers of my 3 on the Republican side and then the 3 on the Democrat side, I think total is like 8,000 votes. That's not 8,000, or maybe 8,000 more votes or something like that. But that's, maybe I had to see how many people voted. Like, there's certain numbers we had to drill down to see how well we did. But I do know that our ticket did the best in our county.
Okay.
So that's a good.
How could these people, this sickness, who could vote for a freaking Democrat right now?
It's pathetic.
I get generations before, back when Democrats were, they're just legitimately just stupid liberals. But now they're the enemy. They hate America. They're trying to tear our country down. I just don't understand it. I really don't.
Well, you know what? Like, look at like going back to our governor, right? The Democratic governor voted no on the Lake and Raleigh bill. That's Mickey Sherrill, or Mikey Sherrill. I don't know how you pronounce it. Mikey, I don't know. But she was a congressperson, and she voted no on Lake and Raleigh Act. There's a woman that voted no on Lake and Raleigh Act. Now she's running for governor in New Jersey. I mean, she should get land-based, and no one should vote for her.
Yeah. Well, you know what I can't help but thinking about is, everybody's talking about us losing the House for in the midterms, but I think, the number one silver bullet that every single Republican has, regardless who their Democrat challenger is they can come out and say, well, wait a second, you voted against no tax for tips. You voted against no tax on Social Security, and you voted against no tax on overtime.
Yeah.
That should be it. I mean, who the hell is going to vote for it?
How pro-worker is that, right?
Yeah. I mean, so it seems like that right there that's your whole campaign. That's all you got to say, in my opinion.
Yeah.
But,
All right, I'm gonna bump in here now, and because it's 22, and I'm gonna do.
We got to get her a gong. You need a gong.
I ran out of time. I'm gonna find one. But,
Why? What time is it?
Huh?
29 minutes. What are you? What
Well, yeah, I know, but we got other stuff to get in here, and we start going.
Oh,
yeah.
Hey,
George,
George.
to do, George.
Oh, George. George, look.
Oh, nice. Oh, sign language. Nice.
George,
Everybody in the audience see that? Everybody
I noticed I'm the only one that didn't do that, Mark.
I know.
And Trixie both ganged up on you, George.
That's all right. I've got connections.
Well, come find me first.
I
So,
gotta wear my Born to Ride 45 shirt next week to make up for it.
so what
Mark's
nation
got Born
is?
to Ride underwear.
Hey,
Yeah,
but
put some of that.
I got my Go for America.
Yeah, I like that shit.
So, what nation is the world's largest democracy by population? And the answer was India. And Mark, you can't win, even though you
I'm
said
not allowed
India.
to win. No, no.
So the next one up that got it right was Ladybird. So Ladybird,
right.
what you need to do is email me your address at wakeupatriots with the number 2 at gmail.com, and I'll get your $1,000 bill mailed out to you.
All
And
right,
I won't be
congratulations.
pokey. I won't be pokey. And
Congratulations,
Ladybird,
Ladybird.
yeah, and she's in every once in a while. I don't remember if she's in every single day, but she's in quite a bit. So I hope she's in here today so she knows she won.
Well, I know I was catching some grief for not providing a more humorous answer, but I couldn't help it that time because
That was from
I
me, the
actually,
grief.
yeah, yeah. Well, I went to
I was very upset
university.
with you, Mark. I was looking for a good witty answer.
I went to university with an Indian girl, literally an Indian citizen named Anjali Singh, who she
bunch
was
of Singhs.
always harping on, India is the largest democracy in the world, bigger democracy than America. So, she was always talking about that. So that was an easy one for me.
Yeah, you were right there.
You know what? We should have gave away a Slurpee for that one.
Yeah, 7-Eleven.
Yeah.
Joe Biden.
you have to be a-
We should get a Slurpee with Joe Biden's picture on the cup.
You know, there's not one 7-Eleven in India.
No,
Nope. I
There's
just
there's
made that-
McDonald's. I bet
just
there's
made that up.
McDonald's though.
No,
Oh,
they
you
have
made it
McDonald's.
up.
Would you like a Johnny
they gotta have
Coke?
veggie burger. Hey, can I read something quickly?
I don't know.
You know,
Can
you-
you read?
Yeah. Yeah.
You guys say it like
You're
you
on
guys
the
do
fucking roll there, Trixie.
You
Let me
guys
tell
do
you.
a Donald Trump impersonation like Michael Schwartz.
Keep
They
it up.
say,
You're gonna go
"Good
right to the
game."
moon. Alice. Alice, you're gonna go right to the moon, Alice. Yeah. You're right here. You're right.
Right to the moon.
Zoom.
Like these judges supposed to know the Constitution. Okay. So what gives the president the right is Article 2 of the Constitution, Section 2, Clause 1. The president shall be commander-in-chief of the Army and Navy and of the United States and of the militia, which I met a few, and even Lincoln used them, right?
Yes.
In several states. When called into actual service of the United States, he may require the option in writing of the principal officer in each of the executive department upon any subject related to duties. So he has the right to control the National Guard and also any military because he is the commander in chief. So these asshole progressive judges, what do they swear an oath to? They have to swear the oath to the Constitution, which they're breaking it. And if Congress, well, let's hope that other one, the Senate passed that House bill passes about these judges. But these judges can be removed by Congress of their positions because they are voted upon to go take those positions, and they should be able to take them out. And that's what the problem is. Again, we go to the thing, the BAWLS. I mean, and then they make him a hero. I mean, they don't. Trump is worried. This is what Trump's things about right now. The only thing he cares about besides his country is the big, beautiful bill. All right. So, and then there's a lot of stuff taken out. All the especially the ones about California mission controls, all that shit is going to be taken out, so the cars can be done better and everything else. Because even my my bike has to be approved by California missions.
Yeah.
So I got a catalytic converter under this effing bike that throws off so much heat. It's like unbelievable. And if you remove the catalytic converter, you lose the warranty. So now, once they pass this thing in California, I will be able to remove the other bikes. I used to take the catalytic converter out because they're useless. The only thing they do is give off heat. So I'm going to take it off and put it on because I'm going to lose the warranty.
And George, that's a great point. I think a lot of people might not realize how important that bill that President Trump signed was. Actually, 3 bills, because it really does affect everybody in America. And I'll tell you one pet peeve I have is every new vehicle. If you bought a new vehicle recently, the damn thing turns off. When you come to a stop.
Yeah.
Trump got rid of that.
Yeah, that's what I was about to say. That is
sorry.
gone. Okay. And the number one thing I remember back in high school in auto shop, they'd talk about the number one wear on your car, on your engine, the thing that wears it out the most is starting. Okay,
Mhm.
starting
Yeah.
up the engine, it
Yep.
wears as much as driving it for like an hour. So they put this in to save, as Trump said, a little bitty thimble of gas, and the damn thing starts up and stops all the time. But I just to finish up, I never realized the reason why all the manufacturers have to do exactly what California says is because they buy in California purchases as many new cars as the next 17 states combined. Okay, so it's not like they're just the biggest, but if you take number 2 through 18, they buy the same number of cars as California. So the manufacturers have no choice. They can't be building a different
Yep.
car for
Mhm.
every state, So kudos to President Trump again.
Yep.
I'm no
Great.
automotive engineer, but I agree with. I did stay at a Holiday Inn Express one time, but I agree with what you said, Mark. With that starting and stopping, that's got to be a problem.
I think it's
on the engine.
dangerous.
A
It's dangerous.
wearing on the engine at very
Yeah.
least. Yeah.
Well, the starter, you got the starter involved. You got that, and then you have to put your foot on the gas pedal to start it. And God forbid you got to jump on it fast. It ain't gonna work. You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
It's causing
My truck has a button. I could.
Yeah,
I
they can
could turn
remove
that
it.
off,
Yeah. Yep.
But yeah.
Hey, I'll go just one more pet peeve on the same thing. Just last night, I had to. I have a Ford F-150 pickup, and
That's why I have
I
Mark. That's
cool.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, so I had to throw. I threw some stuff in there, and I also have a pole barn just not far from my garage, and I just had to back down to that, but I started backing down with the tailgate open, and this freaking piece of shit starts screaming at me, and it's saying, "Apply brake, apply brake, apply brake." And it's like, yeah, I need a fucking car to tell me how to freaking drive. That just
You
What about the
you
little
got to turn the sensors off.
What about
Yeah.
the coffee? What about the coffee cup that comes up in the middle when you just move the wheel a little bit? It says, "Please take a rest and have a coffee break."
Mine doesn't serve me coffee. It just, but yeah, it does admonish you in a different way. But
Yeah.
Well,
I said I already had 2 cups. I tell the car.
that's the only thing the Arabs are good for, coffee.
yeah. Hey, did anybody hear about Mr. Multiple Personality though? Senator Fetterman. He's back saying smart stuff again. I mean, the guy is schizophrenic or something. I don't know, because he's like way to the left, way to the right. But I gotta say, his quote from last night about Israel: keep wiping out the Iranian leadership and nuclear personnel. So he is, and he went on to say how we are 100%, back.
Well, he's
backing them.
he's been against, the obviously the anti-Semitic movement. He's been very vocal about
Yep.
that, where a lot of Democrats haven't really been, right?
Yeah.
And so he's been very vocal about that. But I think Fetterman sees the writing on the wall, what happened in Pennsylvania this last election, and he's probably trying to, keep himself ahead of getting taken out.
Are we boring you, George?
Yeah, especially that finger that came up.
No, I think George's a little
Hurt his
sour with
feelings.
you. I think George's a little
You
sour
heard my,
with you,
Oh,
Trix.
wait,
you heard my
hey,
fucking
do it.
feelings.
We can fix it, Trixie. Here.
Yeah.
Oh, George, we love you. Mm.
No, we need a George doll. We need somebody to make a George doll. We can pick it up and
I got
plug it.
my ex-wife's got my dolls.
I don't have
Oh,
George.
but that's a voodoo
That's
doll,
all right.
George. That's a voodoo doll. That's something different. I want one like we can actually hold it. Maybe we could sell it as a
Novelty
doll.
for what's up, Patriots? Yeah, good. Yeah. Anyway,
We'll put
But-
a Ken doll with big balls on it. How's that?
yeah.
Balls. Yeah.
Poor
Oh,
George
oh,
doll can't sit down.
hey,
He's got big
oh.
balls.
Oh, we got to wait for the question next week. Thursday,
And
we got
our-
a question.
RD Bull is completely correct. It's saying, Mark Fetterman says the correct thing, but then always votes Democrat. So I couldn't agree more. I wasn't trying to give him more credit than he deserves.
No, but it's amazing. He had a stroke and he got
Yeah.
smarter.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, yeah. I guess he couldn't get a lot dumber, huh?
Maybe
Yeah.
that's what every Democrat needs, a shot. One of them, the charges that they give you the heart.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
The pads.
Hey, Sean, do you travel with Shit for Brains? Do you have?
You know what? It's so
estimate?
Mark. I don't know. Something's going on with you and I today, because I was just thinking, when you picked up the Trump thing, I said, "Oh shit, I should have brought shit with me."
Brought Adam.
Schiff. And but I didn't bring him with me today. You know.
You need one
Oh,
that has the
darn.
little feet that can
But you
jump
know what's
across your
funny?
dashboard.
You need
know
a
what's funny?
mobile shift.
I'm
for
in my
brains.
wife's
Yeah.
car. I'm in my wife's car, and she had a watermelon in the back seat. Wouldn't that have been great if I would have picked up the watermelon today?
Yeah, that would have been good.
Oh my
Should
god,
have
that
put
would have been.
googly eyes on it. Put the
Yeah.
googly
I gotta
eyes.
pick up the watermelon. Like, hey, Adam, look.
Can I ask you a question? You said
Which
that's
one?
your wife's car. You said that's your wife's car. Who
Mhm.
makes the payment on that car?
Well, we kind of both do, George. It goes into
I wanted to-
one account.
I wanted to
Dude.
find if you asked for permission to borrow her car. I'm trying to find out.
No.
You know,
Well,
we
it's
gotta worry
our
about-
car. Just like my truck is our truck, I guess
Yeah,
you could say.
I-
'Cause you know,
I know.
Who
I know
makes
she had,
payments on the F-150?
well, she told me.
it goes out of the same account. It goes
Well,
out
what
of a
she
joint account.
what Lana told me, she says, when you wear the 45 shirt, you become very powerful and you have balls.
Yeah.
That's why she hides the shirt on you. That's what I heard. She hides the shirt on you so you can't wear it because all of a sudden you become powerful. So,
She had stuff in the bin the other day. It was done, and she goes, "Here, take a picture of it. Send it to
oh, we
George."
should show it. I got that video saved. I should send it to Tracy and put it up next week.
Yeah, you should. Yeah, you. That would be
Yeah,
good.
the one with Ed Henry. About
Yep. Yep, that was great. That was great.
Yeah.
That was
I
awesome.
got to send that to a trick for next week. That'd be good for Friday. Next
It
Friday.
was good.
Well, are we going to do a George rant, or did you rant enough? Or what do
We
we
waited
do?
enough.
All right.
We had
Well,
enough. Well,
Yeah, any more rain?
How about a
Any more
Trump
rain,
truth?
people are
We
gonna
got a
turn
good
us
one
off.
today.
oh yeah, give me the trunk troop. We'll take that one.
Somebody's watching me. Somebody's watching me. Somebody's watching me.
Okay, this one came in at 5:56 Eastern time this morning, and I
Oh.
think is it's one of the better ones, and I love it. I gave Iran chance after chance to make a deal. I told them in the strongest words, just do it. But no matter how hard they tried, no matter how close they got, they just couldn't get it done. I told them that it would be much worse than anything they know, anticipated, or were told, that the United States makes the best, most lethal military equipment anywhere in the world by far, and that Israel had lots of it, and much more is coming. And now they know how to use it. Certain Iranian hardliners, though, spoke bravely, but they didn't know what was about to happen. They're all dead.
Yeah. Yep. That was a good one.
Yep. Yeah.
Well-
Well, it only gets worse. There's already been a great death and destruction, but there's still time to make this slaughter, with the next already planned attacks being even more brutal, come to an end. Iran must make a deal before there's nothing left, and save what was once known as the Iranian Empire. No more death, no more destruction. Just do it before it's too late. God bless
They
y'all.
got to get rid of the army. What do you call it? The army that they have with all these. They ain't the only
Yeah,
way they're gonna get. The only way
the-
they can't be trusted with a deal. Forget about it. Iran not be trusted.
Forget about it.
Well, they're Islamic Revolutionary Guard. That's
That's the one.
They're
but it
terrorists.
controls- If they take care of all the commanders and stuff, then the people will be free. Because I have pictures of when Iran was on the
Oh yeah. Well, what
Yeah.
happened? Remember back in 2000? I think it was 2008. There was an uprising, and they ended up crushing a lot of those people and killing them. But I don't know if they needed us to go in to help or something like that.
what they call not when it was Obama right at the time.
Yeah, back
We
like
didn't go-
around
yeah,
2008.
we send Ukraine blankets. But anyway,
Yeah.
so that it just hey Trixie, this is for you here. Look.
Hey,
Yeah.
Marty
Put
can say,
put a sock on it, Trixie. Put a sock on it. That's it. Put a sock on that finger.
You put a sock on it.
and
Trixie's
Marty can
getting one.
saying, I believe Iran is being controlled by an ancient god, a demon.
Well, yeah.
That's true.
I don't
They're
think
all
that's too
jeans
far
and
from
soulless
true.
Well,
skin.
I think that cloud proved it. I think that cloud said it all. And even
Oh,
the,
look.
Yeah.
even the reading that Trixie did this morning. Oh, no, hey, there it is.
Oh, there you go.
Look, Mark, I brought Adam with me.
Yeah,
Say that. Oh wait, I give a thumbs up like this. There we go.
yeah.
But my point
Fridays
is,
are my favorite day.
my point is, like what George just said, they get rid of that one group. The Iranian people, I think, have been living in fear of these people, and they may see it as an opportunity to uprise, and maybe because Iran used to be a very free country and a prosperous
Oh, yeah.
country back in what
Yeah.
the 70s. George,
Women used to be allowed to wear skirts and show their hair.
They used to wear bikinis.
Yeah, bikinis.
In
Photos of them. And they're beautiful women. It's just unbelievable what they hide. And you see the husbands. You saw them out in the street in Iran after the bombing and stuff. You saw the women all wrapped up in the towel stuff.
Oh.
They go on, their stuff. You guys see them walk on the beach. They're all wrapped up, and the husbands.
That's horrible.
Are they under Sharia law there? I don't.
Yeah, they have the Sharia law there.
Yep.
Well, like Mark, have you ever been to Michigan's Adventure in Muskegon?
I have not. No.
Okay, now when I used to go there, it used to be all, I don't want to be racist, but it would be all the whites, from all around. And the last 10 years, the Muslims have totally taken that over when you go there, and all the women are in freaking burqas, even in the water park.
In the
so
water
sad.
park of Berkeley.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, Perkins in a water park. That's just freaking
I mean,
brilliant.
what's the point?
Yeah.
What's the point?
That could be a song.
I would be
Berkeley
stoned to
water
death if I lived under that kind of Muslim law, because there's no way I'd do any of that shit.
Yeah.
I'm not into that stuff.
I knew another friend in school whose father worked for a large American oil company, and so when she was a kid growing up, she lived in Saudi Arabia, and she said even when she was like 10 or 12 years old, if she went out not wearing all this crap, that she just get constantly groped and pinched. Like all the men would just be coming up, hands
Sounds
all
like
over,
Canada.
and like pinching her really hard. So
That's
just
not that.
interesting.
They do that in Italy, and they're not Muslims.
Yeah.
Yep.
They
They
do it for a
do.
different reason, though. One's doing it out of hate, and the other's doing it out of
out of affection.
yeah, and lust. Yeah.
Yeah, affection and lust. Hey, you know what? We're talking about deals like the Iranian deal. How about China? I guess we have a deal in theory with China. Is that what it is?
I don't trust them.
No, I don't trust them. If they have a deal, I don't trust it.
No, I
Because
don't-
they're going to break it.
Yeah, but the
Trump could-
bottom line is Trump's going to bring them to heel because they have riots when we stop buying their stuff. So
Yep. But look, they closed when this whole shit happened. They closed all those factories that were producing all that stuff.
And banks. There's some banks
yeah.
that went under too over there.
Yeah, because what happens is we cripple them, and Trump should cripple them. Period. So they have nothing to do. They can't supply anybody because they're still feeding. They still have troops in Cuba. They have troops in Mexico, and they got troops in Canada they're surrounding us, and that's why they're feeding all these riots and stuff. They're part of this also bullshit too. I mean,
there's some
lot of-
proof. Yep, there's some proof about these riots. Absolutely.
SEIU is a big supporter of this. The ACLU is supported. I put a list together that was unbelievable. I got to send it to Trick so everybody can see it next week.
I'm sure you've seen the pictures of like that one black truck and a lot of other things. But the black truck, they're handing out those bionic masks. And
that guy got arrested. That guy got arrested.
They got him. Well, it was a woman driving.
But the guy who
they-
handed him out or something was arrested, I think, by the FBI or whatever. They got him.
Well, I'd like to know just, and I'm sure the FBI knows then, where'd the money come from? That's big.
When
Those
we
things
had
are like $20 a
Who's
piece.
funding
and
that?
he's handing out hundreds of them.
Well, they were putting the skids out. If you remember, when we were doing the protest, when we went to do the steal the vote stuff in Washington, they were dropping those skids of bricks and stuff.
Yeah,
And we caught the Proud Boys caught the truck. So, I mean, this is we were with them. So, but it's just and they're doing it again. They're doing it again with the stones and everything. These people are getting paid. Who else would chop off streets to get the brick off to throw that at the ICE agents? And that's why these things have to be. They have to be dealt with, and they're all going to be arrested, and they're all going to get punished. But the whole thing is, it's the Democratic Party period. And if you support the Democratic Party, any of your friends, you tell them, is this really, this is the one you're going to vote for? These people that protect murderers, rapists, the kid that got raped at 12 years old, right?
Yeah.
Sodomized and all that stuff and everything else.
Oh, it's crazy.
Somebody else in the chat called Trixie in the Mix was saying the chat. Somebody in the chat called Trixie in the Mix was saying mask holes. I kind of like that.
Yeah, that was me. Yeah, the mask holes. I said that.
It was Trixie in the Mix.
That's your
Yeah, it was me. I put mask holes.
Yeah.
Did you? Hey,
George,
George,
we call you, huh?
What?
George, Pinellas County. Is that your county, Pinellas County, or is that?
No, it's the town over.
That's over by you on the West Coast, right?
Yeah.
So did you see that the sheriff of Pinellas County put a post up? Apparently, they had a drug raid, and there's some type of cartel activity with this drug, whatever. They had this drug raid, and these idiots protesting ICE thought they were busting. They thought they were ICE agents, but here they were busting. They were busting a drug raid, and these idiots were out there protesting ICE, like these wackos.
They just don't care. They don't give a shit.
Yeah, stupid is as stupid does.
The biggest point was when Trump introduced DJ, and I got to tell you about DJ also, but we're going to do something special for. We're going to give him a vest and everything. But the kid DJ, right? Look at Congress; didn't even recognize that kid during Trump's.
They couldn't even stand up for him, George. They couldn't even.
And here's the other thing. DJ said that everything about these rumors that he's got tumors back in his head is false. People are raising money for him, and they're pocketing the money. He put out a whole big.
He was just in Jersey.
Who said that? Who said that?
DJ, the kid, turned around and said these are false statements about me being sick and in the hospiel. He said they posted this up to collect money.
He was just in Jersey the other day. Cheddarelli took a picture with him actually.
We're gonna see him. We're gonna see him down Fort Lauderdale. We're gonna give him a vest.
Wow,
he's gonna get hit.
Then I'm glad to hear that.
Yeah. So that's what he said. His father's running.
Sorry, George.
His father's going to run for Congress against that jerk off that held up the what do you call?
They're from Texas, right?
Yeah, the Kane.
The Al Green.
Yeah,
not the good Al Green, the singer.
That clown.
The bad Al Green.
Crap, what a clown.
Yeah.
Yeah, jerk off. That's all I got.
Well, I know we're past the hour, but I'd just like to say one more time: if you haven't hit the like button, give it a shot. And I wanted to end on a very happy note. The Hussein Soleimani, who is now being judged before God. One of the last things he said, apparently on Thursday, was he called for, I believe they say, death to America.
Yeah,
said that on Thursday. Came out, he had some little news conference, and he was calling for death to Israel and death to America. That was one of the last things he said.
Hey, I don't know if you can see this picture. This is us down in Texas. When we were doing about the child trafficking, they were deputized by the sheriff down there, Kenny. So
cool.
That was in Texas, and we're very proud. We helped some, and these guys with the cartel, they got some balls. You can put a gun to their head; they don't give a shit about nothing.
They got what?
The cartel, the ones that do the child trafficking.
No. What do the guys got?
Balls. They had an AR-15 to their head, and they didn't give a shit about nothing.
Are they 4-star balls or 5-star balls? That's
the 5-star balls.
I'm putting that balls production.
Yeah, but Trixie only has 4-star. Listen, the Godfather has 5-star balls, and Trixie only has 4-star balls. I rest my case.
You know what? If you hit the like, every time we get a like button, I'll give George the finger if you guys give us a bunch of likes.
What? Oh, wait. Ding. There it goes.
Yeah.
Ding.
I thought that might be some
We'll work for.
Let me check and see if that's working. Yeah, it's working.
Holy crap. All of a sudden, we just went up by like 150 likes.
That's what I just said. I was looking at the number. They went up.
Yeah. It's skyrocketing now.
I keep hitting the like to take mine off and add it on just so you go like
what do you want to do? There's not like
yeah.
Well, we
Oh,
got to close
National
the show. That's it.
Fun.
104.
Oh,
That's
now
it.
George,
Yeah,
now
George
George
abusing me. I'm leaving.
Yeah.
I'm getting abused. Okay.
Elderly abuse. I am so sorry. Somebody
That's right.
call
It's
the
elderly
cops.
abuse. That's right. We got a
Hey,
law down
George.
in Florida.
George, real quick though. So Ed was on last night with special report, right? So I know George was watching. He was on. I fell asleep on the couch watching him. He was on late.
Yeah, he was
Oh,
on
yeah.
fire too.
He did-
was
he
very
did a
Look,
great
he
good.
was
job.
falling asleep.
Did
He
you
had
see
one
Yeah,
eye.
Tony.
shut.
They had Tony on. Tony
Yeah, Schaefer,
came
Tony
in, right?
Schaefer
They
was
had,
on. Yep.
Oh, by
Lou,
the way,
Blaine Holt.
Blaine Holt. I call him Lou Holt. Blaine Holt. They had Bianca on, and they did a bunch of good people on.
Yeah,
You
but
know?
you know, they didn't cover what Ed did had more better coverage than Fox did because
I was good.
oh yeah,
yeah, well, Ed's up to the shit really good, and then you
I
got Tony
yeah.
I was on
Schaefer.
the phone with a friend of mine. I said, I'm gonna text Ed as a joke and say, Ed, I got my hair done. And I got a tie on. If you need me to come on. So,
Oh.
All right, everybody.
all right.
All right, 106. All right, have a nice weekend, safe one. Don't go to these
Yeah.
rallies.
Two
It's
things
a
we
setup,
got.
that's what I'm
We got
telling
well Saturday. We got Flag Day, right?
you. All right.
We got
President's
President Trump's birthday,
Yeah.
and then we got the Army military parade in Washington D.C.
And
Yeah.
now-
You're gonna
You
watch
have
that
these
gonna get
wackos.
canceled.
Then you have these wackos. Stay away from the wackos.
Yeah, don't
Yeah.
get.
Yeah,
Don't
like
get
us.
yeah, don't get- you got to
We're
understand
good
with this.
wackos.
Yeah, but everybody has to understand the Patriot Act is still in full swing, and it's for domestic. And if you go into these Democratic areas, they can put you in jail for a long time
Yeah.
because that's what they want to do. So
Yeah.
everybody, just be careful. Do not wear any MAGA stuff. If you go there, just take photos of cars and people and everything else and send it to the FBI. But don't get involved with the wearing MAGA stuff. I know everybody's gonna say, "Oh, we don't have balls." It has nothing to do with that. I mean, if somebody calls us up, we have to protect the store. We'll be out there, fully loaded. So
Wear a
that's what I'm
mask
saying.
so you fit in, so they don't know.
No,
they
let
don't
me
know-
tell you
Yeah,
something.
I want to vote.
Bye-bye.
I want to say Happy Father's Day to the three of you guys and to everybody.
Oh,
Yes,
thank
thank you.
Thank you, Chicks.
I'll
Happy
take the
Father's
finger
Day to all
back.
dads.
No,
Thank you.
it's
Happy
Father's Day
to all
weekend,
the-
so I want to say
all the-
Happy Father's Day.
Why does
know,
the mother come before the father?
Because the mother gives birth.
Now that's not the point. It's a mother. Well, every time the women always win, so it don't matter. You
It
started
should be
with the
that
apple.
way, George. Come on.
No,
that's
They
the
started
right way
with the
to go.
apple. If they didn't bite the apple, we would be in this mess.
Yeah.
All of hell.
Yeah.
It took all of hell to tempt one woman, and
What
then
kind
woman
of
says,
apple
"Hey, you
was
want
it?
a
Well,
piece of
so
this?"
what, George? You want your rib back or what?
Yeah.
Okay, ladies. George wants his rib
All right.
back.
Well,
Hey,
happy
everybody,
Father's Day to all the dads.
Happy
in
Fathers,
the
all the
chat
dads
as well.
out there. Yep, true.
Yeah.
All right,
Thanks for watching, Patriots, and God
Yep.
bless y'all.
thanks
God
again.
bless America, and God bless President Trump.
Yep.
Happy Father's Day. Have a good weekend. We'll see you guys on Monday in the chat. Hopefully. If
Yep.
Yep.
and,
Tony and Chris will be
don't
back
go
on
anywhere
Monday.
tonight. It's Friday the 13th.
Yeah, I would suggest
yeah, that's right,
everybody
Friday
join in
13th.
on Monday for Tony because he's gonna have some great information.
Oh, yeah, you will.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Jump
right.
in on Monday.
You
All
can't
right.
miss Tony.
Oop. All right. Say so long. Say goodbye, Tricks.
Goodbye, Tricks.
Bye, Tricks.
Bye, Tricks. Bye,
All right.
chat. Have a great weekend, everybody.
Remember the Smothers Brothers?
Good
Yeah,
night.
thanks, Patriots.
Say goodnight, Dick.
Bye.
Bye.
Yeah,
Bye.
God bless y'all. Goodbye.
God bless everybody.